What's up, guys? It looks like we are live from Chicago. I hope you're having an amazing weekend so far. It has been a crazy last couple of days, very exciting, and I'm very happy that me and Dustin are able to do this little live stream before we head into the show today and cover everything we've seen, everything we've experienced, some of the pickups, some of the things that we've won. We're going to have a good time for about 45 minutes until we get kicked out of the room at 1 o'clock. This is a fancy conference room that Dustin reserved for us. So we got about 45 minutes to chat and keep you up to date with the latest. So with that being said, welcome back. Now let's get to work. Let's bring on our guest. Where's he at? There he is.
What up?
We are on the same stream together for the second time, first time since Dallas. Hopefully you guys can hear us all right. Just let us know that the audio is good on our end. Let's say hi to some of you guys. Mike C, always the first one in the house. How are you doing? Pickups, we will go over that as well. Daddy Waffles, good to see you, man.
Daddy Waffles.
It sounds delicious. How's the channel? Actually, I don't get them then. Hey, man, it happens. The clown show is here. The circus has arrived. Thanks for joining anyway. David, I appreciate you hopping on as well. I'm still looking for that cow card for Dustin. We'll never let you live that down.
I was going to say, I'll never have a snack on a live show again.
Yeah.
Or maybe I should just embrace it. If it's not going anywhere, then maybe I should eat on every live.
That's what I told him. I'm like, dude, you've already been labeled the grazing cow. Now you just got to live up to it for the rest of your life for every live stream. All right. Daddy Waffles again. Sounds delicious, man. Sounds delicious. And yeah, I got my Bucks shirt on today. By the way,
he was talking about mine.
Well, I mean, that's very dad. That's very personal finance dad.
I know. I went a little bit more plaid. This is very trendy for the card show, I would say. It's more I was wearing sweats the last couple of days.
Well, okay. So Dustin has this horrific style. I need to take a picture of it where he wears sweatpants with these like moccasins or loafers with business socks that you could see, like dress socks, gray sweatpants, but brown loafers. I mean, it's something that comfortable. Like if Cam Newton or Pharrell wore it, people would still like tear them apart. And yet you think you can pull it off somehow. But anyway, all right, we're going to get into some cards and stuff in a second. LT, great to see you, bro. AZ, what's up, my man? And oh, great. Audio is good. David Hunter, thanks so much for contributing on every newsletter. It really helps out. And also, if you guys know of a supply chain logistic job in Boston, let me know. That is what David is looking for as well.
Yeah, Troy. Thanks, David, for doing all the work for Brad.
Yeah. I love outsourcing, man. It's great. Good to see you. AP, there it is.
Yeah, I know. Actually, AP, that's a good point. I'm actually looking to see how this camera works because I might get this camera if it's something that, my production value is not the highest.
No. So Dustin inspires people by showing them that you could start with an iPhone 4 with like 9 separate pixelated blocks on there. It's like and still build a channel.
It's like 1987 8-bit version of YouTubing.
Good to see you. How do you say that? Ville? V-I-L-L-E?
Ville. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, good to see you on here. Okay, so let's get into it because we've got about 40 minutes or so. And I do know where the hotel bathroom is, so we got about 20 minutes until my bladder can't take it anymore. And trust me, there are no dates to be found here, right? I mean, no dates here. All right, man. So first things first, we want to start by thanking Lawrence over at Fortified Card Sleeves for sending us a little gift. He sent us each a card. You don't have the card on you though, or no, the game cartridge.
So he actually, Lawrence sent me a Paperboy cartridge, the original Nintendo cartridge. I used to play that, and I've gotten into graded video games lately as well to go along with all the other things I'm collecting. So yeah, he sent me a Paperboy cartridge. I didn't bring it with me to Chicago, but I thought that was a nice touch. Very cool.
And he sent me this Tom Brady Select, and I don't know what parallel this is. I haven't looked it up, but it is purple on the outside. It looks kind of like,
it's a die cut. It's die cut purple.
Die cut purple. Okay, beautiful card. Definitely one of my favorites right there. Anything Tom Brady in a Bucs jersey. So thank you so much, as well as his product, which is like a card sleeve that's a bit thicker. So check out Fortified, I guess, on Instagram.
Yeah, he's on Instagram, Fort, and it's the number 4, right? Number Fortified. There's a play on words there if you can't find it. But yeah, very, very, very cool.
And he also sent us a pack
for
us to open.
For a pack break.
So we're doing a pack break now. I don't even know what this is. Lewis and Clark Superman.
It's Lois and Clark.
Lois and Clark, yeah. Well, I was thinking of, it was a Lois and Clark, like the travelers that went across America. Wasn't that Lewis and Clark?
Lewis,
like in
the expeditions.
Okay.
But this is Superman though. It's something different.
So here's the thing: if we're doing a pack battle on Superman cards, what's actually the best card?
That's a good point.
So if either of us get a Superman, then that's the winning one. So
it does come with a free tattoo. It says here.
Okay, so how about this? Y'all will decide which card is the better one.
We'll go one by one.
And we'll go one by one. Yeah. So here, let's bust this open.
All right.
And whoever gets the cooler card or tattoo will win.
I'm not going to look at the front of it. I'm just going to put the back, put it down this way.
All right. So pull out your first card.
All right. So I believe this was a TV show, the Lois and Clark version. Is this the?
That's a horrible picture.
It's like
it's like Joker, the mask. That's like the mask. Okay. All right. My first one. All right. Wait. All right.
It is from that show. It's the Dean Cain version.
I guess so. Oh, okay. So next one, Dean Cain. Hey, he looks good, man. He looks good right there. He looks happy.
Oh, I accidentally pulled. I think he's constipated in mine. Let's see. It's almost the same shot.
Yeah, let's see if we can get. All right. So thank you for that. Interesting. There's no refractors in here. I don't believe.
I'll easily win this one.
We got as if look like. Oh my God! Did you really just say that? I don't know. She's
Terry
pretty.
Hatcher, yeah, that's
pretty.
Yeah, she was pretty fine back then.
Hey,
Dean Cain throwing it down.
You actually got the only sports card in there.
Yeah, Terry Hatcher. Yeah,
solid flying. Okay. You see that like 1996 technology?
Shirtless Dean Cain.
Okay, yeah, that's solid.
Yeah, we'll pass that.
Oh man, this is like Derek Carr's facial expression on his Prism rookie card.
Super clone Dean Cain.
There it is. Yeah, look at that face. It's like, okay. So I don't know if we have a bona fide winner yet. Another Dean Cain. Let's speed it up a bit because I don't know if there's anything worthwhile.
He's spitting or blowing. He's spitting, blowing. All right. They're all stuck together.
That's not a good one right there. Ooh, I don't know who you are. What Bo doesn't know.
It's Bo Jackson.
Is that Bo Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Bo Jackson Superman card, which is
all right. That's the best card. That's
the best one. Okay, so we actually got Bo Jackson in here. A drawing.
Hold on, I have to.
Someone.
Hold on.
Oh shit! You got a refractor.
Oh, romantic triangle refractor.
Yeah,
it was stuck to another card.
So you're in the lead. You're in the lead, and that's pretty cool. Like I want a woman that does that.
We're gonna retire off that card.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. Honestly, that's a solid card.
Woo!
So let's see.
Number.
I don't know if I have a refractor. We got like some sort of turkey chicken costume that doesn't really make sense.
Oh, I got the bow nose one too.
Okay, so you're in the lead for sure. I don't know, Lexicorp something. All right. And I don't have a refractor in mind. So what's your tattoo?
Oh, it's stuck to this card. Hold on. Oh, it's just a regular old Superman tattoo.
Yeah, I got a Superman, but you got blue, so I think yours is better. You definitely win with that refractor. So congratulations. So
thank you, Lawrence at Fortified.
That is the winning card right there. That's actually a good looking card. I'd actually put that in a Fortified sleeve right there and maybe grade it because
that's cool.
Yeah, that's a cool one. All right.
That was fun. 90s sets.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. Get that sparkle card graded. Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, that's actually a good card. So anyway, this is day 3. You went to the trade night Thursday.
Yes.
We spent the whole day at the card show yesterday. You also went to the trade night last night, and now we were about to head into the show, even though you've been there for a bit today already.
Yes.
What's your takeaway from, let's say, Thursday night?
Wow. I mean, it's been such a whirlwind so far. I'm still trying to gather all my thoughts. Of course, there will be 9 different videos to recap my experience. We'll break it down. But yeah, I mean, it's overwhelming the amount of stuff that is here. High end, low end, everything in between. It's everywhere. But Thursday, just kind of starting back there, I got in at about noon on Thursday. went to the show and really just kind of trolled around and checked things out. I wasn't trying to make any buys or anything. Just wanted to see what was around. And honestly, me and Kim, my wife, walked around. We probably only saw 15 to 20% of the booths, and we still haven't seen it all. 3 days in, we haven't seen all the stuff. Like, I haven't been to every table yet.
Yeah.
So how about you?
I mean, so I didn't go Thursday night to the trade night. I will say, yeah, there's a lot of the grading companies are all there. The setups that are here at the show, and I'm sure you guys have seen it already. What I like is that there's a lot invested in a very big setup with a lot of representatives. So eBay had a solid setup with several representatives and giving away cards, like giving away some pretty good cards. I think they had a DJ Ski collaboration. Topps had a massive setup. Doing a lot of stuff. So this is the kind of stuff that I hope we see more of, maybe twice a year, or even if like quarterly shows can get to this point where it's big enough to have these real displays versus just a dealer and one representative of a company. Because a lot of these companies now, like, they're investing, I did auto show work for several years where these manufacturers would spend millions of dollars on their displays and the resources to put on an auto show. And compared to, what it was in the past, these setups look like they cost hundreds of thousands of dollars for some of them in order to do it. So that's what I love to see. It is slammed. It is really busy.
I do think that, kind of on to your point there, I think that, and it's my first national, so I don't have a reference point, but I think that companies did beef up their presence, beef up there's a lot of interactive games at these booths. And like Brad said, there's huge setups. I mean, Fanatics has a massive setup, Topps, Panini, Blowout Cards has, and like boxes, and they have $1 million+ of just wax sitting on the floor. Easy. I mean, easy. They've got, you walk by, there's $10,000 sealed wax of this, 20,000 of that. It's not like $500 boxes stacked up. It's huge stuff.
Yeah. I do know that HBO was recording, I think Thursday. I don't know what they're recording for, really? But yeah, HBO crews were there. Maybe
that was part of the Ken Golden thing.
Maybe. I don't know. But there were a lot of big setups. In terms of cards and deals, though, because here's the thing, my strategy going in was, I can find a lot of cards in LA. I have a lot of cards that I'm looking to sell. So I actually brought 200 slabs with me here because I need to sell them, but I don't want to set up and do all that kind of stuff. I'm actually doing a video on the different platforms that we can sell our cards through and interviewing representatives of each one. And at the end of the show, by tomorrow, I'm going to pick which platform or platforms I'm going to submit my cards to, because CompC and StarStock, you can actually submit your cards in person here versus mailing it in. And I don't want to go home with all these cards. I want to make sure that I can put them on a platform, sell them over the next couple of months, hopefully sooner than later. So that's more my thing. You've been going around to find cards and deals. What are you noticing in terms of pricing, in terms of the deals? I know Flipping Steve has had a pretty good experience as well with, seeing what's going on.
Well, I think, and obviously, look, I mean, there's a mountain of tables. So there's not one person that can definitively say there was amazing deals at the show or there was no deals at the show. It's somewhere in between. Like there are deals to be had for sure. It's not as if every dealer has got things overpriced or every dealer is offering great deals. There are deals to be had here. There's just so many cards, and there's some really good price points to where they're right on, the dealers are right kind of with comps. I think there's been speculation of everyone's going to have things priced at February prices. And I haven't seen that. I've seen there's dealers that for specific cards, they might have it priced up to negotiate. But you know what, if it's a 50s mantle card or something, they're not in it. They don't need to negotiate with you necessarily. There's already that demand for those cards. So it really depends on the type of card you're looking for. There's a boatload of vintage here. That's one thing that really blew me away was when we were in Dallas, I would say it was like 85% modern, 15% vintage. There was loads and loads of modern and ultra modern in Dallas. Here, there is just loads of vintage. It makes me think that vintage isn't that scarce when you walk around this show, because you just see so many Mantles, so many Mays, so many Lou Alcindor rookie cards or whatever you're looking for. And so that part has been really cool. Just seeing the amount of vintage that's here. That was something that kind of struck me.
Yeah.
So.
And I just got to point this comment out. Tommy, I think you're talking about Dustin, not me, because I do not have a wife. So, and I mean, yeah, there's not really, this is not like wife searching grounds. This is not where you'd go to find your future wife. You'd have to have a wife already, like Dustin has a wife that is accompanying him here. Let's see. So in terms of pickups, let's go to pickups. Y'all already know I haven't picked up anything, even though I did win something last night. There's a lot of after parties. I think that's the one really cool thing about shows like this is there are several after parties, usually from 6 till 9, and then a trade night afterwards that just goes till 1 or 2 in the morning. And there were a couple parties last night. There was at King's, which is like King's is like a bowling alley / entertainment restaurant place. There was a party for Southern Hobby / Beckett that Ziggy was kind enough to put me on the guest list on. So I went there and had a good time. And there was also the Sports Card Investor party, which is for members only. And they did raffles. So I actually got a raffle ticket and won this box right here of soccer, Topps Finest Soccer. And I didn't know what the value of this box was. Let me see if it'll zoom in. Yeah, get your face out of there, Dustin. It needs to zoom in and it needs to be clear. There we go. Topps Finest Soccer. And once I won it, literally a minute or two later, some guy comes up to me and offers me $280 for it. So I need to know what the fair market value is, because I'd like to say that I'd hold on to this forever and cherish it, or I'd rip it for myself. But honestly, $300 pays some bills.
The guy hasn't bought a card and gets free cards. Like, help me understand it.
That's a good strategy.
Some guys have all the luck.
That's a good strategy. I actually profited.
Let me say too. Hey, it was great to meet you yesterday, Ron. I recognize Ron Fig in the chat. I met him yesterday. Good to meet you here at the show,
dude. Ron, I don't know, man. I don't know where you're finding him, but like living in LA, the standards are pretty damn high, to be honest. What's up, Shelly? Good to see you. Yeah. How much is this worth? Is it like $300, $320, something like that? That's what the guy said I could sell it for.
Brad's live auctioning it here right now.
Yeah. Hey, dude. And here's the thing, Roger. I've not been on eBay. I've not been buying, and it's not because I wanted to save up for the national. It's because I have so much inventory of football that I'm looking to move around the start of the season. Just because I've been waiting for prices to go back up, and the last couple months, even though I've been buying the cards at really good prices overall back in January, because when football was like the last thing on anyone's mind, especially the teams that were eliminated way earlier on, the prices are now like only 10 or 20% higher than what that was. And that's not a very good margin when you sell on a platform that's going to charge 10% of, like 10% commission. So I have so much inventory I'm looking to sell, and that's why I haven't even been buying on eBay, because once I sell all of this, then I'll be looking to buy in again. So it's just kind of annoying that card prices have softened to the point where even if I'm break even, what's the point of selling at break even or a 10% markup?
My wife shocked me. She said, there's some things, maybe I could get into some things, and I could have like a separate budget, for the next time that I can, pick up some things. And what was really funny is she was going around looking at soccer card tables, looking for Italian stuff for Italian players. She's from Italy, and there's nothing. They just won the Euros, and there's literally, it's all like, Messi and Ronaldo stuff, and, kind of the new hot players, Mbappe. She's like, the Italians just won the Euro and there's no Italian soccer cards. Like, what's wrong with this picture? So I think that she shocked me a little bit. I think she might be kind of PCing Italian stuff, and not necessarily new stuff, but also some of the vintage stuff that she used to collect as a kid.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of ignore that, just looking at the comments as I usually do. I was actually thinking deep dish tonight, just because there's a Giordano's. Is it Giordano's?
Yeah, we already been there, done that.
Yeah, I have not.
Well, no, I'm like, Brad, what are you doing? And he was like at the hotel, I don't know, primping for hours yesterday while we were getting deep dish. I'm like, what the hell?
I was manscaping. All right, got to look my best on the show floor
for 4 hours.
Dude, I got a lot of hair. I have a French background. Okay, so let's see. Definitely. Yeah, Vegas is cool too. I know that Vegas, I think they had their big show already. They had a bigger one. Soccer Box, thank you, Shane. I appreciate that. So I'm going to try and sell this. This is going to be the best investment ever. Cost me $0. I'm going to try and get $330 for it, or like at least $300 for it. That would be great. Let's see. Yes, and the one good thing is that if I bring my cards here and submit it to ComC or StarStock, at least I don't have to pay shipping to then put it in their system. So I'll let you guys know what I end up doing. But I flew Spirit, and so Spirit charges for everything. So I had to pay like $50 just to have
Brad like hitched a ride on the back of a broomstick to get here. How much you charging? $9? All right, let's go.
And maybe I should try my slabs. And I don't think they're set up here. Is my slabs?
I haven't seen them. No, I haven't seen them.
I think that's one of the issues is that if your company is not here, you're almost irrelevant because
I've got to assume that they've got somebody here though. I don't know. I don't know those guys, but I have to assume that they've got somebody here.
Yeah. I mean, because I've heard of my slabs so many times, and yet I feel like they don't have a presence for me to understand like, oh, okay, they have this huge Instagram account that I could learn about, or they're always at shows or something. I feel like I've only heard about it from international investors and collectors or people, like you guys in the comment section. However, I'm like, why do I not know about your company?
Yeah.
Except for like just a bit of hearsay.
Yeah. The hobby, it's like I understand what you mean.
Okay. That's good right there. Good to know. All right. Let's see.
My wife has picked up more cards than Brad today.
I mean, actually everyone has picked up. I mean, hey, but ROI, 0 invested, $300 or so going to come back. So.
I will say, so I had one pickup I'll share where she helped me out. And this is actually a little bit embarrassing on my part. So it's a Breeze rookie auto, and it was not graded. So it was raw. It's numbered out of 250, and we were looking at recent comps. There's not going to be a lot of comps on this particular card. It was an SP, and I was looking at the one that the guy had, and there was surface stuff that I thought was part of the card design. So I was just looking at it like, it looks pretty bad. Like that can't be like surface damage. That's got to be that's got to be part of the design. And she looks at it and she's like, that doesn't look good. Like that stuff on the surface. And so we looked it up on eBay, to see like what the card looks like, realizing that's not part of the design and that is some surface damage. And so we ended up getting a pretty massive discount on the card. It's a Breeze, PC card for me. But I was going to offer more, obviously, if she wasn't there to kind of catch that, I might've ended up paying more. So, I'm going to start bringing her to all the shows, all the negotiations. Plus, we've also talked about doing some good cop, bad cop things where it's like, we have like an argument at the table and she's like, you can't get this, or you should get it, whatever. We kind of do a little thing and try to work. Yeah.
See, that interests me because if you could do some sort of like little bit, some sort of little play where you have either that or she goes up to the table wanting the card saying, oh, this isn't worth $1 more than $300, and then walks away, and then you go in there and you offer $315 and say like that's it, the most. Maybe it'll kind of price anchor it so they're more likely to sell it.
Yeah, she comes in, hardball, and then they're all like deterred like that, and then I walk in like, wow, she was a jerk.
I mean, I'd give you, and you say like $2 more.
Yeah.
What a jerk. I'll give you $302.
They're like, we know you guys are together. We already saw you. You're like, oh, okay.
Like, you've already done this to us before.
Yeah. Oh, it's the same table. Dang it.
Let's see. I have not had food at the show floor. I'm bringing my protein bars. I'm bringing my green shake, and I fast till about 5 o'clock. So my strategy was have a green shake at 5 o'clock and then go to the after parties and just eat all the cashews and hummus and veggies until I stuff myself. And that's actually what I did last night. You're buying some beers at the show, right?
Yeah, we're kind of just spending, we're kind of blowing money on, on the $12 beers and just going with it. Little like mini vacation, you just like spending it. No big deal.
Have you noticed any football players, any quarterbacks, any basketball players or anything that has had a bigger theme here? Like a lot, you've noticed, like you said, Justin Herbert in Dallas.
Yeah.
Right. And anything you're noticing here?
That's a good question. Honestly, there's so much here. I think that's part of the like I can't answer it properly because I might say like, well, I feel like there's more vintage, but I also might have missed like a quarter of the show floor where there's a concentration of Herbert stuff that I just didn't see. So I don't really have a great answer for it. There's a lot of Baker Mayfield here. There's a lot of Herbert. There's a lot of nice Tom Brady stuff here. A lot of nice Tom Brady. I don't want to share too many. I want to share my pickups in a separate video, but I got a vintage football card that I'll share that I'm excited about. But anyway, Brad,
Okay. So no, honestly, hey man, I've said this from the beginning. I stick to my budget. I stick to my
to my budget of $0.
Which is, look, if I sold everything football wise, if football was hot, I would have sold it all, and I'd be looking for Lukas. I'd be looking for Zions. I'd be looking for a lot of basketball right now. But I'm sitting on, I'm sitting on that 137 PSA card submission I got back, which obviously I had to pay for recently because I just got it back, and now I have all these cards. I have probably $25,000 worth of football cards from Peyton Manning rookies, Russell Wilson rookies, Lamar Jackson optic hollow PSA 10s, Patrick Mahomes. I have 8 Patrick Mahomes PSA 8s. They're lower grades, but they're still $1,000 a piece, roughly like $900 a piece. That I'm waiting. If I could sell those for $1,200 each, hey, that's great. However, I have so much inventory that I would have loved to have sold that now, assuming football was really hot right now, and then put that into basketball. But it just didn't pan out that way because cards have just overall softened, and who knows what's going to happen in the next couple months. But I'm not going to spend more until I've moved the inventory I have. And that's why the whole mission of coming here, besides meeting people and meeting companies and potential sponsorships like eBay and these different platforms, is I want to see where the best place to sell my cards is, because I haven't even been listing cards because the prices have been going down. So I'm not even in a rush to list most of these. I think Damian Lillard was the one player that I got some cards back of the other day that I listed. And then that Kobe Bryant Crusade card with the angel wings, I got 6 of those back. And the one spoiler alert I will say is I got 6 of those cards back, paid about $10 per card back over a year ago, graded each one for $13? It was
that's wild.
$1,500 for 137 cards. So whatever that math is, $13 each, something like that. I sold those cards back at the peak for $1,000 and $1,200 each. So now the cards aren't worth that amount, not in this current market. But of those 6 cards I got back in this last submission, 5 of 6 are PSA 10s, only 1 9. So that's pretty good right there. So I'll definitely be looking to move those in the next couple of weeks. Maybe I wait till August 24th, which is Kobe Day, because there's a chance that on Kobe Day they announce the documentary or they announce something special, and maybe there's just like a little bit of boosted attention for Kobe Bryant cards and whatever else on that day. So who knows? Yeah, it's a great card.
Yeah, to answer Joe's question, a lot of nice Jordan Bull stuff. You know what? There's also a lot of that's caught my it just takes your attention is the sports memorabilia stuff. There's a boatload of old like Muhammad Ali signed gloves or Wayne Gretzky signed jerseys or whatever, and that stuff. And all sorts of unique items that you just wouldn't necessarily see. They've got, of course, like signed helmets and things like that, but all sorts of different variety. I like they've got like the old pennants, the old pennants you'd hang up in your room, but from like 1960, like vintage ones. I mean, there's just there's so much variety.
Yeah, a lot of variety, including that's true. I was going to click on a different comment, but this is a good one right here. Yeah, so the low end will need to recover before the whole market recovers. Yeah, well, look, we've seen the Patrick Mahomes RPA sell for $4.3 million. You saw that the other day, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we saw that. So the high end stuff, I mean, I think this is the way it is. The high end stuff, it's art, it's an investment, it's in a different league altogether that it just doesn't matter. That stuff's fine. That's fractionalized. That's bought up by multimillionaires and billionaires and whatever else. And then you have the different demographics. You have that, the kid that has $1,000 or wants to start flipping at the low end, and the people that flood in trying to do that and may do it irresponsibly or may just do it for the flipping without any understanding of cards or any interest in cards. And those are the people that are quick to leave, but they're not looking at these cards as artwork. They're not really artwork when there's 10,000 of them manufactured and they don't look very special. So it's like a different demographic there than the high end, which seems to be doing better than ever.
Yeah, I've been saying I agree. I think they're just separate markets, and even to like a nuance to separate cards. Like the 52 Topps Mickey Mantle market is different than the 86 Jordan Fleer market. I think they have their own set deal. And I think that breaks down even more when you're talking about the 90s inserts, the PMGs, they have their own market and collector base and all that investor base, so that's, I think that's what makes this kind of fun, interesting, and really unpredictable is you don't really kind of, know where any of that stuff is going to go. But you're right. I think that the high end stuff just kind of continues to do its thing. There's not a lack of interest in any of it. If anything, though, and I saw a comment here where somebody had said I like to see that like PSA graded cards are down to $20, $30, $40 because young people can afford them. And that is very true that there was a dealer here that had an SGC box that was $15, $20, $25. And it was like graded, it was like SGC Kobe Whites, like 9.5s or whatever, 10s. But if you're if you're into the prospects, if you're into those guys and you're just kind of getting in, this is a time where you're not paying those high, the premium that they were maybe 6 months ago or a year ago. Those have come down pretty dramatically, and I like the SGC and the CSG graded stuff, compared to the PSA stuff. And if it's the right card, because you get such a discount on it. And yeah, so there's been some interesting. I have not seen that yet. I've not been to a card show where you have $15, $20 slab box, of cards, and not like, just random base cards, but rookie cards of players, so it's like, it's decent value for $20.
Yeah.
One other thing I will say too, and I think I said it in yesterday's video, but there's a lot of young people that have monster card collections. Like my stuff is embarrassing compared to these young people. So I understand the whole thought of like youth getting into the hobby and all that, but there's a ton of father, son, daughter people, folks here doing that, and they're big into it. I bought a Joe Namath 1962 something or another card for $30, and it was a father-son team. He was probably 16, 17 years old. He had his dad there with him, and they were doing it, and it was really cool. He negotiated with me pretty hard on the card, and I could see like his dad watching and stuff. It was really cool. Like, so I think that whole thing of young people getting into the hobby is not or being kind of removed from it because a new hobby box is $1,000. Well, there's a zillion options out there, guys. There's not just the $1,000 hobby boxes. You can, we opened, I've got a video coming up, spoiler alert, but we opened a box.
You have a video coming out?
Yeah, we have a video. Actually, I need to
premieres
run.
in 26 minutes.
I need to run. Yeah, because we got a video coming out. But we opened, me and some of my hobby buddies, not Brad, of course, he was sleeping or, primping or whatever.
We're not buddies. We're business associates.
He had a hair that was out of place and it was just getting to him. So he couldn't make it. But we opened 89 Pro Set football box, with like the Barry Sanders, Deion Sanders rookies, the Derek Thomas rookies. And it was $60 for 36 packs. And it's got all those rookies in it. It's like, there's other options out there, folks.
Yeah. And I mean, I think I've said it before, compared to the 90s, all the kids were in it. And then it seemed like no teenagers through 20s were in it. And then it was like this huge gap of kids and then middle-aged, like at least when I was a kid, you don't stay in sports cards when getting an actual car and getting a girlfriend and going on dates enters your mind. Like it's pretty much that goes out the window. And the cool thing now is there is a cool factor. There is a cool factor to sports cards where even if kids can't get in at as young of an age, or it's tougher to get in at that young of an age, they can look up to 15 and 16 and 18-year-olds and get in and hopefully stay in through their teen years and 20s and 30s versus it not being cool when you're a teenager and then only having to get back in when you hear about it again and you want to reconnect to your inner child. There were a couple questions here. I wanted to pull it up. If the market were to dip 20% more, what would the plan be? And honestly, the one good thing about my strategy is that I buy so early that even with the market going down so much, I'm still around break even. If it goes down 20% more, I think there's a stubborn side of me that would be like, screw it, I'm holding, because I'd rather go down with that ship versus, versus like sell at a loss. Like selling at a loss is such a painful thing to me. And I would say it's almost a detriment overall, because sometimes just cutting your losses is a really good thing to do. But I think there's a stubborn side of me that's like, no, I will wait until Jarrett Stidham becomes the best quarterback ever versus selling my $40 PSA 10 for $35, when the smart thing to do would be like, dude, just sell for $35, get the $5 back. I mean, at the same time, who knows? Jared Stidham could actually, at some point of the season, enter a game as the starter, just like he did last season for, throw a touchdown and then sell the card before he throws an interception, which I literally did on Comp C. But I will say real quickly, based on the cards I have and based on that type of flipper mentality of here's a blockbuster trade or a Russell Westbrook or something else happening, I want to be able to be on a platform and sell at that moment. And I think that's why I'm leaning a bit towards Star Stock, because I want that mentality, that those type of people on that platform. And I want to have that card available the second Kyler Murray throws another Hail Murray or once a blockbuster trade goes down. I want to be able to be like, I literally have an hour of this being the primetime window where people will go on in a hurry and pay the profit I'm happy with, the price I'm happy with selling it at, with them thinking that they can flip it again, and hopefully they do. But that's where I'm leaning towards. I'm just a bit stubborn on selling at a loss. Thank you, Timo. I did pick up something nice. I won it. I got it for free. It was great. Okay, so let's see what else. There were questions on Topps and NFTs. Was there anything that you noticed with Topps? Like Topps had a huge setup, like ridiculous setup. But that's all baseball. So I don't even know anything about it. Did you stop in? Do you know anything?
I haven't seen anybody. Well, but not that I've been looking really hard here at the show. There hasn't been. I haven't seen stuff set up about NFTs or kind of Topps promoting them. Now, maybe I just didn't see it. It could have been there at the booth and I just didn't see it. But yeah, I mean, for me, I haven't really been paying as much attention to the Panini or the Topps NFT stuff, at least for now. And honestly, I'm just torn in a few different directions. I just don't have enough bandwidth to get to it yet. It's like I just have a lot going on with graded video games, sports cards, comic books, etc.
And you have a new station, right? You launched a new station, and it's
Retro Game Dad.
Retro Game Dad. I'm trying to get Dustin to change his name to what? Like Sports Card Dad.
Sports Card Dad.
So real quick.
We're contemplating that, but we'll see. I might just keep it.
I mean, all right, but here's the thing. Personal Finance Dad, we're used to it.
Right.
However, it's not good. That doesn't mean it's good. We're used to bad.
It's not good for you.
We're used to bad.
It's not good for you.
We're used to misnomers. Like we're used to it being like, what the hell is this? It's his Personal Finance Dad. All you're doing is talking about sports cards. All right. What do you guys think of Sports Card Dad, so that Dustin can also have a separate channel, which is what? Retro Game Dad?
Retro Game Dad.
Retro Game Dad. Yeah. Okay, so let us know in the comments.
And that's all about graded video games, essentially. And I guess loose, but mainly retro games, what we're talking about there. Buying, selling them, etc.
And you did buy your vintage card, right? But you're going to release that later?
Yeah, it ended up, so I was focused on a vintage baseball card, which almost happened, but it ended up being a vintage football card that I picked up yesterday.
Oh, good to see you, Zach. Wait, was that you, the Weston? Oh shit! Oh yeah, that was me. I was reading. Oh, so what's funny is that Zach, I went to the Starbucks there. I don't stay at the Westin, but there's a Starbucks on the way to the convention center at the Westin, and they have a nice outdoor area. And look, I mean, I'm the tannest guy in the world. I have like the tannest. Watch this. I got the tannest feet in the whole country. Like, I got like super tan. Here, Dustin.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
So I got to get my sun time before I go in the convention. And I was sitting there reading Dan Fleischman's book. He was actually giving away books on social media, how to create a brand for under $1,000. It was given away for free at the Cards and Coffee stand. So I took one that was going to be Dustin's birthday and Christmas present because he needs it so badly, and that's why I want to have him change his name to something that's more accurate. But yeah, I was enjoying reading that book out there, but appreciate you mentioning that. You're absolutely right. Selling at a loss sucks, but you're right. Definitely need to get that going. And the cake, dude, I had some cupcakes last night at one of the parties, but dude, I don't know. Haven't been focused on food nearly as much as I usually am.
Yeah, we had deep dish yesterday at 2 p.m. and then just forgot to eat dinner. Got so busy with all this card stuff and the happy hours, et cetera, and didn't have any dinner. So the good thing we had deep dish though, because it just kind of sits in you for 3 days.
Yeah,
it's filling.
Yeah, well, I mean that's a good thing. With intermittent fasting, I can be at the show the entire day, and then 5 o'clock, I gotta go to town on something. All right, so real quick. Retro Grazing Cow, I'm liking that one. Retro Dad. And we have some good comments for you changing your name, because Personal Finance Dad just doesn't work. Good to see you, Jim. And then this is a good question here from Chris. Yeah, so there's a new eBay price tracking tool that's currently in beta. And I talked briefly to an eBay rep, but it looks like, they'll be using their API to be able to do some sort of charts that go back, I think, 3 months, 6 months, a year, something like that. I don't know how advanced it will get, and I don't know how advanced eBay will want it to get. But eBay's a big company. They got a lot of different, I guess, levels that they have to go through for anything to be incorporated. Obviously, they're trying. They're doing what they think is necessary. But I don't know how advanced this will be, and I don't know if it's good enough to replace all the other data tools out there, especially because the other data tools can make things happen very quickly. And I feel like eBay just takes a lot longer to implement anything, just because there's a lot of processes to go through. So it'll be very interesting to see what they can offer, and how the other data tools out there will be able to counteract that or offer enough value above and beyond it to be worth the $15 to $50 a month that they charge.
Right. Yeah. I think it's kind of like how big is eBay going to make it? How big do they want to build it out? Or is it just going to be kind of an add-on, to help your experience a little bit, or are they going to build out a bunch of features and try to make it very sophisticated? That'll be what to watch, I guess, for that.
And it's still in beta now. So does that mean that people can use it?
I think so. Okay. I haven't been on to really check it out yet. But yeah, no, I think that you can play around with it now.
Yeah. Oh, sports card grazing. I like that one. Dude, I'm telling you, man, people are liking the new names. Okay. Upper Deck. Did you see Upper Deck here? I don't know if I did. No. I don't know if I saw, because I would have loved to have gone to Upper Deck just because I like hockey. And I will say, I noticed a lot of Tom Brady and Buccaneer jerseys and shirts here. And maybe I just have an eye for that, but I did notice that probably more than any other team.
Fair weather fans know each other. Yeah. All of a sudden, Brad's a fan. Tom Brady comes to town.
Thank you, Lawrence. Look at that. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. Get your face out of here so it can focus, man. There we go. There it is. All right. And yeah, we're going to hit the show soon. So I get you, Michael Ham. Didn't you break a box with Michael Ham earlier? Was that him?
Yeah, I already mentioned it. The 89 Pro Set Football. I'm glad you were listening.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the comments the whole time. I'm just, letting you ramble.
Card Daddy.
The Card Daddy.
Like Crab Daddy, but Card Daddies. I'm in here buying up some hot lava, Flippin' Steve.
Dude, here's what's crazy. I got to give Flip and Steve, dude, you should have just come with us. Also, we're doing a meetup between 4 and 5 p.m. at outside the Starbucks in the convention center lobby. Steve, if you're available, then come join us as well. That'd be really cool. But good to see you on here. I don't know why you're on here. You should be doing deals. I will give Steve credit though. We're splitting a room at the hotel, and the first night he got here, he was showing me some of the cards. Or I think it was the first morning, or it was yesterday morning. And he's like, yeah, I've been picking up these Jacob Eason cards because I don't think Carson Wentz will be able to be healthy the entire season. And literally hours later, you see the breaking news that Carson Wentz has an injury and will be out indefinitely. And I don't know if that means 8 weeks or the whole season. I don't know what you heard in terms of time frame.
I didn't hear a time frame, no. Yeah,
okay,
I'm not sure. Wentz is struggling. I mean, he's just got to get on the field. He can't stay on the field. That's troubling.
Yeah, but I got to give Flip and Steve credit because he was almost like Jacob Eason RPAs for what, $40 or $50 or something really cheap. And see, that's like the kind of play where I'd say, all right, you have Jacob Eason. I'd want that on Star Stock. I'd want that to be moved as quickly, like for me, as quickly as possible. If I can get that profit, wouldn't even want to wait till the beginning of the year in case they decided to pick up another quarterback or, because even like last season, I remember thinking Jared Stidham was the guy in the offseason because the Patriots didn't draft a quarterback. And then later in the offseason, they got Cam Newton. And I'm like, damn. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, now you got the second string back in the second string role versus becoming the starter. So
I did some of that before last season. I still have like Ryan Finley and Mason Rudolph and Jared Stidham stuff. So I'm out on the QB prospecting game. I respect it. And I guess if you have like a ComC or a Star Stock where you can very quickly move it, then great. But My experience was just like, if you don't sell it within a few days, it's over. Like the window's over, and then it's, you know, it's not great. There was a question. Can you go back up? You skipped over an important one.
No, I'm just looking at the ones that have to do with my feet and then hooking me up with women. Okay, I got my priorities.
Oh, well, after experiencing your first national, will you go to another? So one thing that was really kind of amazing, rubbing it in Brad's face again, is single forever. But my wife wants to come back annually if we can, like do it like every year. So I thought that was cool. She's actually enjoying it as much as me, which is weird. I thought this was going to be like, she's you know, kind of along for the ride and just kind of, you know, putting up with it, and that's not really it at all. So
the actual truth is their marriage is on the hinge or on the about to end, and this is the last ditch resort for her to finally try and bond with Dustin over cards. So she's going to try and like sports cards before she just calls it quits.
She hasn't seen me in a year because I've been making videos, four videos a day, and she's like, I just need to get in with this so I can see you again.
You accidentally call her sports card collectors and investor friends. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I just muscle memory. Hey, sports card collector and investor. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Yeah, I'll have dinner. Anyway.
No, but she has really enjoyed it. And also just meeting viewers. We've met a ton of people that know the channel, and I think that's been eye-opening for her as well. It's, you know, it's been weird and awesome all at the same time.
Joe, you already know the answer to this. It's Jeremy from Sports Cards Live. He's basically like, what's that guy that used to play for the Cleveland Cavaliers, that big white guy? The really tough last name, Zilgauskas or something. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean,
okay. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of tall white guys in the world. I don't know.
No, but the guy that used to play for the Cavaliers like 10 years ago, the center. Never mind.
Tom Gugliotta. We could
there we go. There we go. Tom Gugliotta. Yeah, he's definitely the Tom Gugliotta.
He's tall. Jeremy's tall.
Tall. Yeah. In fact, he's one of the few guys. I'm 6'3". Dustin, what are you, like 6?
I'm 6 foot.
6? Okay. Yeah. That's 5'11". There's, you know, I saw this like meme that was funny where like a girl posted like, there are no guys in the world that are 5'11". So it's like, I'm 5'10" because you can't go up to 6 foot. And if you're 5'11", you just say 6 foot.
Yeah, you round up. Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, I'm pretty much just screwing myself over for the OnlyFans by showing my feet already. Okay. All right, Steve, go out and get them. I guess we got to head off here soon. We're going to get kicked out of the room in a couple minutes. Again, 4 to 5 p.m. at around the Starbucks in the lobby of the convention center. That's where we'll be for an hour. Hope to meet you guys there. Any final words or strategies for the day?
It's been great. It's been really overwhelming taking it all in, but we'll do recaps on all the stuff on every minute of every day. We'll recap that. But it's been a blast, guys. I would just say if you've never been to a national and you're kind of wondering, and I understand financially if it's expensive to get the hotels, to get out here and all that, but if you can do it, the community piece has been amazing here. It's been unbelievable.
Yes, that's the one. And Lawrence, thanks for joining. Thank you so much for the cards and the Superman cards as well as your product. Definitely put your when this goes to the comment section, when you can actually put comments after this, throw up your website and Instagram so people can check out your product. Also, there's no way I'm not going to go to the next national, because you don't even have to buy or sell or trade. Just the environment, just the community is worth it enough. Split a hotel room, make it as affordable as possible. But you don't need to come with thousands of dollars to enjoy it, because there's so many freebies, there's so many conversations, there's so much buzz and hype and fun that honestly, like, that could be enough right there. So we'll end it right there. Appreciate you guys joining us. Look out for lots of content from Dustin as usual, and we will see you next time.